All right. Good afternoon. Welcome to N3 Financials Monthly Master Class. Today, 5th of November 2023. We are almost at the fag end of the year. It seems like we started just yesterday. 11 months gone and almost. So what I was thinking was that we have tremendous traders, all of us. We have a very big group today. That's why probably my microphone was struggling along with Google Meet, but everything is good now. Especially we have the likes of Kim Denson. He is a professional photographer and he covers AFL finals. So those of you who are in Victoria knows the importance of AFL. We have almost a national holiday. Kim, would you like to share some of your photography experience with us in 2-3 minutes, if you don't mind?
Tough call, but thanks, Partha.
Not a problem.
I suppose for me, it's just like everyone else, something that I go to work with and do. I just enjoy being absolutely on the side of the football ground, taking photos. And I've covered all the finals since about 2005. So it's been good fun, but I started in 1998 and also have traveled through Africa taking photos on safari as well. So I hope that helps. I can't give you any photos if anyone's interested.
So nice of you. No, actually, we only talk about trading, so I thought, why not photography? Like if someone like Kim is there, so fantastic, Kim. Thank you very much. Would you like to share anything more, or
No, rather than take up everyone else's time on me, let's see what else we can learn from you, Pastor.
Yeah, fantastic. We have another special person, Tyron. Tyron is also with us for a very long period of time. And Tyron, like him, is a very successful, what should I say, corporate personality. He was a general manager of many companies, well-known companies. So, Tyron, if you can share some your corporate experience in 2-3 minutes, please, if you don't mind.
Well, some of the experiences that I've had has taken me all over Australia. In fact, it has even taken me north of Darwin to the TV Islands to build houses for the Aboriginal people uh, for the government. And most of my work that I have done throughout my life was government work in far places. Living in the Sunshine Coast, going to Toowoomba, Townsville, Brampton Island, which is a tourist resort which we renovated after the last cyclones that they had there, and also in South Australia at Wilpena Pound, which is situated in the middle of a extinct volcano. It's a tourist resort there in South Australia. So my work has taken me to various parts of the country, and I don't think there's not a single state that I haven't built something, houses or units or villas or something. So it has been very eye-opening to see the different cultures of different people, and also to see the different ways that people have lived. So that's about all I can say there.
Fantastic, Aaron. Wonderful. Very good. Excellent. Fantastic. Thank you very much. And
Welcome.
we have another member, Jared. Jared, are you still in the broker's form? If you don't mind, can you say yes or no? When we spoke long back, you were in a broker's form, aren't you? Marty also remembers, right, Marty? Jared, if you can unmute your mic.
All right. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, Jared. Yes. So are you still in the broker's form?
Yes, it's called Empire Securities Group. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So if you can share your experience from the different angle, broker's angle, in 2-3 minutes, that would be great, Jared, if you don't mind.
Yes. Look, I started. I know I don't look it, but I started 40 years ago, and the derivatives market, derivatives that I ended up in Chicago, New York, Hong Kong, everywhere, with Michael Milken's Drexel Burnham Lambert and the Elders Finance. So I got to taste of trading, indexes and currencies and bills and bonds. They sent me all around the world. I fell in love with New York, so I was determined to go back. Ended up in investment banking, running the mining worldwide and Australia in general for the #1 English firm called HSBC. Sorry, James Cable. It's now HSBC. I then was, hired by, headhunted from to Merrill Lynch in New York to do the same thing. So I basically financed gold mines and copper mines and mining in general worldwide. And South Africa, my job was to get the money out of Africa during the sanctions, EU sanctions against apartheid. As America was 75% of the world index. It was made difficult with the EU sanctions. So I've learned a bit of a trading. I turned a small amount of money into a lot of money many years ago before I went to New York. And it was something we developed on our desk, trading cattle futures and share price index, etc. And bizarrely only did it for a year, but I turned 10,000 into 300,000 in 1 year.
Good.
And that's gave me the courage to go to New York and in the second time, and just get myself a job there, which I did. But so I've been doing more corporate things, financing gold mines and the private, arranging private equity pre-IPO for these mining companies, and so I've done that sort of globally. I've floated the old Johannesburg goldfields. I've floated the old Bendigo goldfields in Australia. I've done the Bougainville just recently. So I'm interested in commodities and trading and finance, whatever.
Fantastic.
I haven't done anything for a while, so I'm looking forward to sort of trying to
Brilliant.
apply my experience.
Brilliant, Jared. So much, so much. Thank you so much. It was wonderful listening to Jared, Tyron, and Kim. Anyone else who wants to share the experience? It is open to all. Girija, you can share about your experience or any other experience. We have doctor in the form of physiotherapist, Bujeta. So she is there. She can share before we can start our class. Anyone wants to share? Yes, no? In the chat box, please. I'll wait for 30 seconds and then I'll take it. If no, it's a response, then I'll take it as no. But again, thank you very much, team. It was a wonderful beginning to this monthly class at Info Financials, and then Tyron, and then Gerard, especially when Gerard talked about commodities. So let's present. So 30 seconds is gone. So your opportunity is gone. So what we'll do, we'll start our way today for 2 hours from 3 to 5 and 15 minutes. Wonderful experience sharing from those 2 gentlemen, which was brilliant. Today we'll talk about who means myself, Partha Banerjee, and then our senior trader, Marty Stewart. And we have a guest speaker in the form of Gautam. He will share his experience. And we have invited the $1 million trader, Kumar, who has recently passed our $1 million audition with flying colors. So we have requested him to join. He has not yet joined. In India, it is he's from India, and in India the time is 9:30 in a Sunday, and especially when you are trading $1 million account. So maybe he will be joining, maybe or may not be. I don't know. So, but I'll be talking maybe for 1 hour. Then I'll request Gautam to speak about his recent trading experience. and how he's doing. And I'll share the brilliant work done by Andrew. Andrew is a new trader who has come to us 1 or 2 months back, but the way he is moving like Ben. Ben is a wonderful, in the sense when I say wonderful or beautiful, I generally say in the trading terminology as a hard-working, hard-working fellow, because trading itself is a hardcore business. Yeah, trading itself is a hardcore business. Those of us, all of us, in fact, who are trading for long know this trading is a hardcore business, and I've seen the hard work of Ben and everyone, most of you. But I really liked the people who have gone to the probably the top 2%. That means they have completed 98% of the 98% of the practice task or the self-assessment task. In the meantime, because we have a big house now today, if I move fast, which I have the habit of, please raise your hand and say, Partha, you are too fast. And if I'm slow, then you say, please, Partha, you are boring. Please ask questions and do not suffer in silence. And I'll be taking you through for 60 minutes, and then I'll request Gautam to speak, and then if Kumar is there, I'll request him to speak, and then Marty will take us through, which is brilliant understanding. So what we will do, we will start with a commodity, a new offerings. No, it's actually the new offerings which we are at NP Financials are in the. You may say that this is the concept which we are there for which we are trading for last 13 years, and we have not changed, because if you ask me why, because price to us is a plot of human emotions of greed and fear. Because the human emotions, so we are missing Kerry Brown, the renowned psychologist and the neurologist. Today, last month we had a tremendous feedback on Kerry's presentation. She is brilliant, absolutely top class. So she can talk about when she is coming back again, or you can contact her with our psychology section. If you go to npfinancials.com.au, and then you go to the psychological section, then possibly this is the one, psychology, and you can talk to her. You can contact her and talk to her on any issues of psychology. Let me tell you, not because she is now associated with NP Financials, but I have been listening to Kerry, and I have been listening to many other doctorate in clinical psychologists. But I believe in Australia, Kerry is in top 1%. The way she presents, the way she talks, so Girija can also probably share her thoughts on Kerry Brown. Right, Girija?
Absolutely, sir. It was just a great gift that when she was with us, in previous classes, that I already shared with you that how good it was that when she shared about the psychology and everything, that the way we are thinking, the way we are taking the things sometime. So with the results, it's just helping me out seriously from last 1 month. Yeah, it's not just the motivation, sometimes you just feel a little bit more confident. It's all about the way when you start thinking. So
Yep.
she actually helped me out to change my own thinking.
Yep, absolutely. As
Yes.
Kerry says, creating a new past.
Yes,
Creating a new
absolutely.
past. Yep. Creating a new past is so important in trading, because we all know that we cannot control our future. We cannot control our future if our past is controlling our present. So we cannot control our future if our past is controlling our present. This is extremely important in trading, and that is why Kerry says create a new past. Create a new past. Start from yesterday. Start from today, because today will be a past tomorrow. Yep. With that introduction of our wonderful people we are associated with, we'll start. I will take you through the three different stages or categories. First, I will touch upon the important asset classes like commodity shares, forex, and probably cryptocurrencies. And then I'll take all your questions which Vijeta and others have said. And Sri Uttagi has just now sending something. Yeah. So we'll answer all the. This is a more of an interactive session than rather than me talking or Marty talking. This is an interactive session, so we will listen more. I just started today listening to Kim, Tyler, and Gerard. We'll be listening more and talking less. But if we don't talk, then we have to talk. Someone has to. The show must go on. All right. So today we'll start with commodity and the new offerings which we have bought. Actually, this is again. I said you may say that this is a new thing from the look wise because it is not having any histogram. We used to have histogram at the bottom. Those of you who have done the commodity trading with us will be knowing that they will be having the histograms in bottom to tell you whether to go long and short. So what we are trying to do is we are taking that out, the histograms, and we are giving you a much simpler. That was also very simple. That was also very simple. If I have to show you that one, let me first go to load. So let me bring it here. So I'll go to file and load. This is commodity in laptop because I'm presenting from a laptop. So this is in commodity in a big screen. So that this is what it was previously. Previously, when it comes, it was not like this, not like this, not this is a weekly chart. Take this out and bring this one. Yeah. So it was like this previously. It was like this. So we had histograms, and we used to say when you say green histogram buy and red histogram sell, and that something like that. So it was also very simple because we are extremely visual. So what we have done, we have taken this visual effect to the next level, and we have designed, we have coded or designed. I like the word design. Right? We have designed the software in such a way so it looks like only you have bars, and that is colored. So now we have in front of you is orange juice. So just an example, you can select anything. We actually trade 8 commodities like crude oil, high grade copper, live cattle, natural gas, orange juice, sugar. Gold and rough rice. We do not trade silver, but it is there. We can take that off as well. But for an example, we have taken orange juice. It was fantastic, and we got a green bar here to go. That's what I was telling, that we have taken our visual effect into a next level. So if you only see a green bar, you can consider going long on this arrow. So let me delete this to show you. So the arrow is coming here. The arrow is coming here, and at that point, our chart will tell you the entry. Long entry is at 34,392. So you don't have to do any plus minus. Your Excel worksheet do not have to do any plus minus. So what it will do automatically, our software will do. You just keep the cursor here, and an arrow will come to go long, and the arrow will tell you the long entry is at 34,392, and the long stop is at 32,050. So the stop is at 32,050. As you can see, everyone can see the long entry and the long stop.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Fantastic. So single chart will enter here at 32. Let me bring the scale in front of you. So we enter here at long entry is 34,392, and then supposing we are here approaching 40,000. I would be excited to see whether it is touching the 40,000 for the first time or not. When we are here on 27th of October, if it is touching the 40,000, I'll be definitely closing or even one third or half of the position here because 40,000 40,000 or 400, if you put a decimal. This software, itfinance.com, real time, does not put a decimal. So it talks about only in without the decimal. So 40,000 would be a very big number for orange juice. And we are entering at 34,000. So we are already in profit on that day, just before that day, 4,822 points. So if that 4,822 points is converted $1 a point, so that will be $4,822. If you are taking $5 a point, thanks to our funding, which you can take even trade and $100 a point. If you can take in our $1 million funding account, $100 trade. So if you are taking four, actually 5 or 10, let's say $5 a point, then this multiplied by 5 when we are reaching from 40,000. So that will be 5,600 multiplied by 5, which will be around 28,000. Yep. So around 28,000 from one single commodity in front of you, which is orange juice. So if I go to show you the one, another one which we have actually given in a trade idea. So those of you who remembers our brilliant trade idea on the gold. Gold is extremely well placed now. So in our trade idea, if I have to go here and then log in, and if I log in, and it will take me to the client portal, and you have to use your login ID and password. This is especially for the newcomers who have joined recently, and go to the trade ideas. So we have given trade ideas on gold from 1847, 1847. So that time we had given a trade idea in addition to our strategy. So in addition to our strategy, we have given a trade idea at when you agree with our terms and conditions, it is registered in our database. And then gold was here when gold on 9th of October, when gold was 9th of October at 1847, we gave that call to go long and go long. And what happened after that one 9th of October, which is here, and the reason and this one here from 1847, if I have to increase a little bit here, and this increases so that it is more visible to you. Yep. So if we enter here at around 1847, which is where here, around here, and then go to the point here. It is running at a profit of 1,428. So 1,428. If you are taking $10 a point, gold is marginally having a good margin here, good leverage here. So that will be around 11,000 points, if I'm not wrong. So $11,000. So 47 from 47 till date. Yeah, 14,028, $14,280 in one second. The beauty of this, again, if I keep the cursor on the new system, which I'm introducing, this is not exactly the new system which was there earlier in 13 years. We have just changed the looks of it. We have changed the aesthetic, so you don't have to do the calculation. You don't have to bother to do your Excel worksheet. Our AI will be generated here, or to say arrow here, and if you can see the arrow, gold is having a lot of support resistance. So for a moment, if I have to delete all the support resistance, and I'll not save it, otherwise my yearly supports will all be gone. I don't want to do that. But just to show you the new system, there will be only 4 lines. One for the, if I keep the cursor here, first green candle. The long entry will be 1877 according to the strategy, and the long stop would be 1831. So 1831, and then entry would be 1877. So if we are entering here at 1877.99, which is 1878, we are running at a profit of, if I select this here scale, we are running at a profit of 1,148 points. So again, you can multiply it by 5 or 10, whatever it is. Yeah. So that is the new system which I wanted to show you, which is only one screen, only one chart, and only one color. That's it. So after this, what I'll do, I'll go to the questions. If you have any questions on this orange juice and gold or any other commodity, you can ask. Otherwise, I'll take the questions which has been already given to me by Vijayta and Sri. So let's see what Sri is asking, and then I'll go to Vijayta. And then I'll share with you the tremendous hard work which Andrew is putting on, which is required, because we as traders, to be successful in trading, we need to do whatever it takes. We need to do that, whatever it takes. Yeah, if it takes 18 hours a day, 18 hours a day. If it takes 18 minutes a day, only morning, because you are doing end of day, that is only 18 minutes a day. That's it. All right, so let me show you the question of Sri. Sri is asking 1 day and 12-hour trading system parameters differences, how to restore the 12-hour trading system, because by mistake, this is a costly mistake, my dear friend, have deleted, it seems. Yeah, this is very, this is a good question, but it's a very big question. So what we knew that some mistakes can happen. To err is human, forgive divine. So what should happen here is, we have given you two. One is 12 hourly trading system, and we have also given you a backup. Like if you see, if I load for example, if I have the commodity, I have the share trading, I have the 2-day daily with the 12 hourly and 4 hourly. Also, I have the backup. BU is backup. Commodity BU is backup. 12-hour BU is backup. So we have given you a backup also. So 3, don't worry. What we have done, you have to actually go to your file and then load workspace and then select the 12-hour backup. I don't think you have deleted both. So I think you have deleted the primary 12 hour. If you have deleted the primary 12 hour, don't worry. You just bring the 12-hour backup. I'll give you 30 seconds, Sri, to check whether you have 12-hour BU backup or not. Sri.
I can't see that 12 hourly backup as well. So that's why this query has come up. So I cannot, I think,
So
I don't know.
By mistake, you deleted both, is it?
That's it. Yes, sir.
Okay. So in that case, what you have to do, you have to please type in this question here to the support team, support@npfinancials.com.au.
Yeah.
So that they have to rebuild. Generally, we charge for the rebuild, but we will not. In this case, we will not. So we will rebuild the entire 12-hour system into your new login ID. So which you need to say is here the credentials. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks very much.
Fantastic. That was the second question. The first question was 1 day and 12-hour trading system parameters differences. That's a lot of difference between asset classes, because the asset classes are, as you know, 5 of them. There are five asset classes we know, and all of them are different. Why? I'll tell you.
I'm just asking about the Forex asset class.
Yeah. So for Forex, I'll come to that Forex, because your question is not only to me, or you are not asking. When you are posting a question in a meeting, that question belongs to everyone, and the response is for everyone. That means what? If you are only asking a Forex, we need to relate that Forex into shares and commodity and indices. Okay, let me complete that question.
Okay,
so
beautiful.
all the asset classes are different. Why? because Forex is a derived product from interest rate, which is derived from say inflation and consumer price index (CPI). So if you ask me the single most important news item now, I'll not say FOMC economic projections. I'll only say the CPI month on month from United States, because Forex is derived product from interest rate. So that is Forex, which is driven by the perception is being created by the Reserve Bank governor, number one. Number two, asset class is the shares. Shares is mainly driven by management, mainly driven by product innovation, and nowadays mainly, of course, not nowadays, mainly driven by the product quality and service quality, and nowadays mainly can be, I don't know, it's in very early stage by the generative AI. So it's mainly man-driven or woman-driven or human-driven shares. And the next is the commodity. Commodity is a mother nature driven. So if there is a flood in India or Pakistan or Bangladesh, where the price of rough rice will go up, or the price of wheat will go up. Similarly, coffee and all those things, if there is a problem in Brazil or even Australia. So commodity is nature driven. So that is why, to answer your question, Forex, because it is central government driven, we have different asset class, so these are the asset classes which I told you, and then based on those asset classes, we also have, for Forex, we also have four different modular structure. And what are they? So we have a beginners for the day or 2 day, which you are asking, and then we have broken down into advanced, which is 12 hourly. Why? First of all, before we can answer that question, you need to know why we have broken a daily chart into two. That means for 12 hour. So there are two reasons for that. So if you understand this, then it will be clearer for you to understand the difference of the parameters. So divided into the day is divided into 2 hours, because at times during winter, Melbourne time only I can talk, when the daylight saving is off, with the day starts at 9 o'clock. When the day starts at 9 o'clock, and most of the people, 80% of the people do their job from 9 to 5. So they are in a hurry. They are in a hurry to go to office, take a bus or train or cab, whatever it is. So they are in a hurry. So when they are in a hurry, they may miss the 9 o'clock bar. But the advantage here in the system is, if you miss the hour, if you miss the daily at 9 o'clock, at least, let me show you that, at least you have an opportunity then on the 9 p.m. Because most of the time at 9 p.m. during winter, we are at home. If you are not at home at 9 p.m., then I'd be possibly doubting why. Ben, why? Would you like to contribute?
Recreation.
Yes. He's not talking much. So what is that? Yeah. Two time frames. So one is at 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. because we expect everyone to be there at 9 p.m. in front of the computer. So this is, and that is number two. And why this 9 a.m. 9 p.m.? Because we have three zones: the Australasian zone, in which New Zealand, Australia, Japan, Hong Kong, Singapore, China, India comes, which is a tremendous force nowadays. That is from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. winter time. Now it is 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. summer time. And then we have the London time and the Nylon, New York, Nylon, NY and LON, London. So Nylon time, which is captured from 9 p.m. onwards. So for that, if supposing you are missing this one, we have at least the opportunity to put the trade here. We always say, you need to, if you have missed something, then you must put the trade on the same price. That's what I was telling in your class, Gautam. If you remember, on your question, you asked, if I miss on the 4 hourly, what do I do, right, Gautam?
Yes, that's correct. Yeah.
So suppose this is a signal here. Okay, let me take this one here. All right. So this will take this one because this is all blue and blue. So this is blue first, blue after the red. If this is a signal here, and we have missed because this is 9 o'clock in the morning. 9 o'clock in the morning. So what we need to do is just we came at 9 o'clock in the evening. So the entry price was at 120, 125. So what we need to do, we need to put an order. We need to put an order and suppose a limit order or a stop order depending on where the next bar is. We don't know the right hand side, so depending on where the next bar is, we will put an order at 21.25 limit or stop. All right. So if we put an order at limit or stop 21.25, if we are lucky, we will be filled in. Let's see on what happens on the next bar when we put an order at 25. The low was 21.20. So low was 21.20. That means what? Order got filled in. Order got filled in. So this is the primary relationship between the daily and the 12 hourly from the similarities point of view, and from the dissimilarities point of view, 12 hourly is a little bit aggressive, and it will the histograms are designed a little bit here aggressive because from two aspects, and this is more suitable to risk balance to risk taker personality trader, not a risk aversive personality trader. So a risk aversive person can take the daily and the 2 day, but the 12 hourly and the 4 hourly is fine. 4 hourly is absolutely engineered to an engineering brain. It's very disciplined. I'll not relate 4 hour with any kind of risk because it is a very different subject. It is a disciplined approach. But 12 hour is a little bit aggressive, little bit to the side of from the risk balance to the risk taker, because we are for the small bars. Some of the bars will be very small. Some of the bars will be very small, like this one here. Not a big bar. I would have loved to take this one here. This is a 3-bar reversal. If you can remember, at NP Financials we call it a 3-bar reversal, and all bars in. Those of you who are practicing now, Tyler especially and others like Andrew, this is all bars in, and those of you who are practicing the candlestick. So this is the 3 rising method. 3 rising method. We at NP Financials call it the 3-bar reversal. So I'd love to go too long here, but according to the strategy, it goes here, and the stop loss would be probably, oh my god, too much of writing here. Let me what is that? Gap in percentage. No, I don't need all these things. Go away. I need the gap. Yeah, I need the gap. All right, and then all color. Let me break this. That's good. Okay, makes sense. Okay, let me save this as gap. Let's something like that. Gap, and then add it. So yeah, that is gap is here added here. Okay. So in this trade, we are taking at 61 points, 61 points risk. In this trade, we are taking a 61 point risk, and if you bring the daily, on top of it, on 61, just to know what is 61 points in daily. So what you have to do quickly, I think I told everyone, if you want to check what is 61, what is it, how from the risk perspective 61 measures. How from the risk perspective 61 measures. So what you have to do, you have to put a simple thing, standard thing, which is average true range. Oh my god, where is it? Yeah, average true range. And that on that day, when you are entering, on that day, if you put the cursor on the daily, the average true range is 76. So we are taking a risk of 60, 66, 61, which is not bad, because average true range of 76, average true range of 676, although we don't use much. This is from the concept point of view. When I introduced this concept to I think Lisha, she liked it very much. We are missing Lisha today. Anyway, so the 76, that means what? Price at the price just can go to 76, not more than that. In that case, 61 is not bad. 61 out of 76 is almost 80%, almost 80%. Yeah. So we are taking not bad. We are good. We are good. Risk wise, we are good. But potential profit from here can be from here to there. How much? No, I don't want to see this one. I want to see this one. All right. So from here to there, it will be 187. So it is 1:3. Many people who are actually trained in the concept of RR or R multiple, whatever you call it, RR, reward to risk or risk to reward. At NP Financials, we have changed to reward to risk, and those of you who are more familiar to R multiple, and you must have heard of many traders saying that I only take 3:1 trade. We actually question them all the time. How do you know that this is going to generate 3 or 2 or 1 or -1? Then they cannot answer me satisfactorily because no one knows the right hand side of the chart. So in this case, we may say that, okay, this is our according to our theory that we will go this -10. So our theory says that if we go -10, we'll be somewhat getting 1:3 or multiple, yeah, risk multiple. So let's see what happens there. Yeah, so we got more than that. If you are watching the market, because this is 23, this is the challenge. This is the challenge. This bar has started at 23. That means night time. Yeah, night 11 o'clock. Melbourne time, 11 o'clock. Port is 3, you are very well placed because you are 2 hours behind. So that is, you are fortunate that your time would be 9 p.m.
3 hours, yes.
Unbelievable. India is 5.5. I love India timing, not the weather. But anyway, so this is 3 hours. Perth is 3 hours behind. So 6 p.m. when Sri comes from office. So he'll be watching this bar starting at 6 p.m. Perth time, and he'll be enjoying. Possibly he'll not be taking the trade here. But to conclude your question, 12 hour is a little bit of risk taker, and daily is a little bit of risk aversive trade. In 12 hour, you get more opportunity like this one. You get more opportunities. Again, you can enter here. Again, you can enter here for 200 points. In day, there will be more opportunities. At the same time, there will not be proportionately not be that much of whipsaws. No. The whipsaws which you can compare between 2D and daily is not there on the daily and 12 hourly. So these are the major similarities and dissimilarities of daily and 12 hourly. Is it making sense to you, Sri?
Yeah, no, beautiful, sir. Thank you. It was a refresher of 12 hourly system for me.
Fantastic, brilliant. Fantastic, very good. So we have covered 3 for this question. Then I'll go to Vijayta's question. Vijayta is asking, discuss OTP with example on chart. So OTP, opposite turning point, and discuss OLCTP, opposite line chart turning point with examples on chart. Explain line chart turning point continuation with example on chart. Fantastic, brilliant. All right. So OTP, LCTP, OLCTP, OTP. Okay, so I'll explain this in line chart as well as in the bar chart. Okay. So these are the 3 things which I'll explain. So let's go to our favorite, which is the you said opposite and line chart continuation. Yeah, continuation. Okay, so do that. Okay, let's do that. So line chart continuation turning point here in front of you, Vijayta, because Vijayta is doing a study. Vijayta's plus point is she can remember. She can remember everything. But the paradox is, she asked me a question here, and therefore I think Vijayta, correct me if I'm wrong. She asked me a question, how to remember so many things in trading. So she asked me a question, how to remember so many things in trading. But before answering that question, I asked a similar question to her. I asked her, you are a physiotherapist, correct, Vijayata? Sorry, Vijayata's mic is not working. So she must be communicating with us through chat. So let's see chat. What happened to your mic, Vijayata? Chat. Yeah, so this is the chat. Gautam has asked a question. Okay, we have not got anything from Vijayata. Okay, so Vijayata, yeah, so Vijayata, she is a physiotherapist, and I asked, you are a physiotherapist, and how long it took to become a physiotherapist? Because I know I was an engineer, and I've forgotten everything in an engineer. That's why I've changed its tense also. I have made it past tense. I was an engineer. I only remember a couple of things from engineering. The first one is discipline, and the second one is control. These are the two things which I remember from engineering. So engineering, I was 10 in engineering. I can only talk about my experience in 4 years. And after that, I got a job in Siemens. So 4 years of hardcore study. And then Vijayata also took 4 years, 3 to 4 years in physiotherapist. Yeah. So, and she remembers so many things which I can't remember a single medical term. I cannot remember a single medical term. Unbelievable. Right. So she remembers everything medical related to physiotherapist, but she's asking me a question. Although she's having brilliant memory, she's asking me a question how to remember everything. Right, Vijayata? You want to contribute anything? Please chat. I'll give you 15 seconds. In the meantime, let me read what Gautam is asking. Can we mix up 4-hour strategy, 12-hour daily strategy, and take multiple trades as each strategy has different set of rules for setup identification? Yeah, I will answer that question. Vijayata is probably missing the chat also. Not a problem. Just to answer your question, I'll do the line chart turning point first. And then line chart turning point is when you see a red histogram here, we may challenge this is not red. We can change it red. Okay, so when you see a red histogram here, then it is a turning point here, and we write this as a LCTP. So we have a rule of 80%. We have a rule of 80%, and that rule is only for reversal of a trend. That rule is only for a reversal of a trend from up to down and from down to up, down to up. But we also have a free zone, which is this black zone here. Black zone, that means free zone. This is the free zone here. This is the buy zone, and this is the sell zone. So this is the buy zone, and this is the sell zone. And we know from our market observation, because the dollar index is going so strong. All the other like is which the term currency is United States dollar. The term currency is United States dollar. They are coming down. Yeah, because the USD as a term currency base is Great Britain pound. The base, if the term currency is getting stronger, then the base currency weakens. So this is the weakens. So in that case, we will see whether this is a corrective, which Martin will talk to us in a big way, whether this is corrective or not. From our perspective, if this length is smaller than the previous rate, if the green length is smaller than the previous rate, and we saw a turning point here, then we will take this and ignore the 80% rule. We take this, ignore the 80% rule. So this is a 3-bar turning point. You may argue, no, I'll not ignore the 80% rule. I will not ignore the 80% rule. I'm very particular to my rules, I'll not ignore that. So in that case, what will happen? Okay, you don't have to do that. Then in that case, you have to wait for the second one, which is 100% below the line, and this is a 4-bar turning point. So what you can write down, Vijayata, you are not communicating because your mic is not working. I understand that, but you can communicate with chat, so that I understand that we are in the same way to answer. Path to answer your question. So this is the 3-bar turning point, 3-bar turning point, and this is the 4-bar turning point. This is the 4-bar turning point. So if you are very strict about your 80% rule, so this is the 4 bar turning point, that is the third bar. So this is whether it is 3 bar or 4 bar, doesn't matter. It is a turning point, which is number one. And number two is you have asked the continuation. All right. So when we see another turning point, when we see another turning point, when we see another turning point, and the color of the line has not changed, so that is a continuation. So we call it a continuation. So this one here is a reversal or a start of a impulsive move, reversal or a start of an impulsive move, and this one is a continuation. This one is a continuation. So this was in a continuation because it is in the middle of the move and the color of the bar is not changing. Color of the bar is not changing. Okay. So this is turning point reversal and turning point continuation. And then you are also asked about opposite turning point. Opposite turning point is supposing you are going to do very well, very well, very well. Supposing you have taken a trade there, and then your trade is going crazy, and you are winning. You have 174 points. You are winning 439 points, and from the second one you are winning 267 points. Fantastic, brilliant, excellent. And then all of a sudden you saw boom, a pin bar, a hammer, a pin bar, a hammer, and it is appearing after oversold, oversold, but they are all bearish oversold. That's a tagging of a Bollinger. If you remember, tagging of a Bollinger is not a problem unless and until we saw a drop. We saw a drop. This is a drop. This is a drop. This is the first drop. This is the second drop. So first drop, second drop. When we see a second, third drop, then the downtrend probably will weaken. In the downtrend, we are already running at a profit of 439 plus 267. It's almost 700 points, 700 pips. 700 pips with $10 pips is $7,000. Then we may consider, we have not seen that one, but then we may, from our experience, we may expect an opposite turning point. Let's see. So there is an opposite turning point. So this fellow is the opposite turning point. What is the function of the opposite turning point? We have asked OTP. Opposite turning point. It is nothing but we will our position. So supposing we are running two trades or 6 trades, because we do in multiple of 3. So supposing we are running let's say 6 trades or 2 trades, we will be closing one of them or 3 of them when we are having a loss of profit from 439 to what did I do? No, this is not the one. This is the one. How do I capture this one? This is not capturing that one. Okay, let's make this. So, this one. Okay. When I had a loss of profit from 439 to 292, so that's a loss of profit of 37 pips. So we'll be closing the first lot. So we'll be closing the first lot on the opposite turning point. So that is the second question which you have asked. Opposite turning point and opposite line chart turning point. So I have answered for number 1 and number 3. And also I have discussed number 2. So I have discussed all your 3 turning point question. Have I answered your questions, Vijayta? Sorry, anyone talking? We know Vijay's mic is not working. Yeah, Vijay says, thank you, sir, for clearly explaining. Brilliant. So Vijay's questions are done. Sri Utali's question is done. Now we have Vijay is asking, it's continuous practice to help with remembering subject. Yes. Vijay has come out with an improvised response. It's continuous practice to help with remembering subject. Exactly correct. Because as an adult, we only remember by practicing, because our brain is not in alpha stage or in delta stage, or in sorry, what are the other 2 stages, alpha beta, I think. So because it is not in the alpha state or beta state, that's why That's why we only practice, we only remember practice. You are so correct, Vijay, 100%. All right. So now I'll go to Gautam's question. Can we mix 4-hour strategy, 12-hour and daily strategy and take multiple trades as each strategy has different set of rules for setup? Very good question. Excellent. So what Gautam is asking, Gautam will speak after this in 10 or 15 minutes. I think 10 minutes. 10, 15 minutes. Okay. Get Gautam, get ready. So, Gautam is asking, can I mix the Forex beginners, which is daily with 4 modules and so many units in each module. Forex beginners is for the daily and the 2 day. Then we have the Forex advanced for the 12 hourly. We have so many modules, module 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, with so many units in each of the module. And then we have the 4 hourly, which is the Forex professionals. And then, of course, we have the intraday. And in 4 hourly, we have again 4 modules with so many units. Module 3 is having so many units, module 2 is having so many units, and so on and so forth. Yeah. And then, of course, we have the day trading. In day trading, we are going extremely strong on the all the aspects of day trading, whether it is cryptocurrency or Elliott wave or any other trade ideas which you can think of, whether it is a daily or a 12 hourly or a market open or a 4 hour swing or a Elliott wave swing here. Anything and everything. All right. So Gautam is asking, can we mix it? All right. To answer your question, Gautam, you can actually you can. Number one, and how you can actually what you have to do. You have to put either you can do it through our proprietary system because we have already set it up in your computer, or what you can do if you are struggling because I know you are a busy engineer. Gautam is responsible for actually kind of responsible for the transportation, like the train services, whether they will run on a timely manner, whether they will run in a timely manner or not in Sydney, in Greater Sydney, right, Gautam?
Oh yeah, I manage their underlying infrastructure services.
Infrastructure, a very big, my dear friend. Don't mess up with him. Goodness. All right, well, where are we? Okay. I was answering Gautam's question. So what you can do, Gautam, is you can either do it yourself by putting side by side, like the daily, the 12 hourly, and the 4 hourly. But at the same time, you need to remember that we have a portfolio risk of 5%. So we have a portfolio risk of 5%, and in that 5%. We have 5 asset classes if you are trading 5 asset classes. Otherwise, only 1 or 2 asset classes like Forex, shares, bonds, indices, cryptocurrency. Supposing you are trading $1 million, Kumar is trading $1 million. Let me check whether Kumar has come or not. I think he's still sleeping on Sunday. All right. So supposing Kumar is trading $1 million as he is actually trading, not yet. All right. So actually he is trading. Then 5% he'll be distributing. He'll be distributing 50,000 into different asset classes. For 10,000 for the forest, 10,000 for shares, 10,000 for the commodity. Yeah. So when you divide the 10,000 in each of the asset classes, if you are running 5 asset classes, or you can think of no, I'm okay to go to bed with 3% portfolio risk, 3% portfolio risk. That means I'm trading only forex, so I'll be taking 3% entire 3% in forex. So then in that case, I would advise 1% for the 24 hours, 1% for the 12 hour, and 1% for the 4 hour. So by taking 1% in each one of them, you can actually load 3%. You can actually load 3% in the daily, 12 hourly, and 4 hourly. But only one advice, my dear friend. Only one advice. You load 3% in forex, no problem. Only one advice: if you are very sure about our foundation course about the base formation, About the base formation, if you are very sure that there is a base formation here, or you are fundamentally very strong, like my dear friend, this fellow, the Fed chairman Powell. Powell not increasing his interest rate for so many months, for 3 months in a row. He's keeping at I think 5.25. I think, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, 5.25. Powell Fed funds rate in 3 months, exactly correct. 3 months. The United States has not changed the interest rate at 5.25, 5.25, 5.25. That means he is not hawkish anymore. He was hawkish, of course, from here. He was not having any job. This I would not say hawkish. This is his job. This is his job to control inflation. This is his job to control inflation. So the inflation was skyrocketing, and he was sleeping here. And he all of a sudden he realized, oh my God, the central bank is in a tremendous mess. And by printing money for so many years, they have actually ignited the beast in the form of inflation. They have ignited the beast in the form of inflation. Inflation was crazy, and he has to actually. If now the president is Trump, he would have fired him many times long back. But thanks to Biden, Powell is still keeping the job. And but the last 3 months, I'm not going political, but then I'll go to the war between the Hamas. No, sorry. Anyway, so 3 months, 5.5 interest rate was not increasing. So everyone is watching. Everyone is watching. 5.25 is not increased for 3 months. 5 is not increased for 2 months. That means the slowdown in the interest rate. In the long run, it may go up to 7.5, 6.5. Who knows? We don't know. But the inflation is very strong, my dear friend. Inflation is very strong, and the employment is very low. This is another critical thing, my dear friend. When the employment, when the non-farm payroll, when the non-farm, I don't know what it is, July, why am July? When the non-farm payroll or the unemployment is in the best of the best. Now, like we are in 3.8, what does it mean? It actually, at the face of it, it means that only 3.8% people are not having job in the United States. That is actually bullshit. What does it mean? It means that when the employment is 3.8, that means economy is at the peak. When the unemployment is at the least, it cannot go any further. It cannot go any further. See, if you see the history, last 20 years. In last 20 years, what happened? Unemployment. Employment has never gone below 3.8%, my dear friend. In last 23 years, unemployment has never gone below 3.8%, 3.5%. What does it mean? To us, it means that when the unemployment is at the lowest, that is 3.8, then the economy has peaked. That means there is nothing to improve for the economy. Then what? We expect a recession. You may have different fundamental theory, but this fundamental theory is very strong. Okay, so unemployment is very low, and the economy is very good. That means we can expect a recession now. All right. So yeah, anyone having any other view can talk, but we are not probably arguing on this because it will take a lot of time. But anyway, so wherever here I am. Okay. So if you can form confidence that interest rate for the United States is not going up for last 3 months, that is why that means what? It means that the term currency in which United States, the term currency that they are forming a base, humongous base, my dear friend, humongous base, like the Australian dollar. Look at the Australian dollar, how good it was. AUD USD, it formed such a good base from our levels. Yeah. Our levels were 24 hour. I think we have the graph there. Yeah, our levels were here. When it was forming. We have many times actually discussed this with all of you, Ben and all, everything, everyone we have discussed with Jeta, everyone. So this is this was forming a base for very long period of time. And in our books, we say the longer the base formation, the longer it takes the base formation with small range bars. Range means high minus low, small range bar. That means when the base formation is strong, that means we can expect this to go up, and possibly for some time it will go up. So if you are confident, then only you load 1% here, 1% there, and 1% on the 4-hour chart. Did I answer your question, Gautam?
Oh yeah, thanks. I think it is all about risk management, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Fantastic, brilliant. To Gautam to share his experience because at times Gautam works in 72 to 96 hours in his job to serve us, the population, the travelers in Sydney. But before that, I'll show some of the fantastic work done by a newcomer in the form of Andrew. Andrew has spoken to Ben before joining us. And then at that time, when I asked him how is Andrew, how was the conversation went, then he said, yeah, he can be actually a good trader. Now I started actually seeing he can, anyone who Andrew or any Vijeta or Ben or anyone who's taking the putting the hard work, putting the effort, a tremendous effort in even simply identifying the confirmed trend line or a tentative trend line or a valid trend line or an invalid trend line, and asking so many questions and capturing so many practice tasks, so many self-assessment tasks. I really encourage all of you to put wherever, whichever state you are in, put this much of effort or more to learn more and more. As Vijayta said, we only learn by practicing. So let me show you what Andrew has done, and then after this, I'll give it to Gautam. So. Yeah, so this is what every currency pair, every swing high swing low for the time period he was requested to do in his modules and units, monthly analysis of swing high swing low, weekly analysis, daily analysis for so many instruments, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have only 8 instruments, but he has done each one of them and asked the same type of questions. So that and remember, he is I think, if I'm not wrong, correct me if I'm wrong, Andrew, you are in consultancy, isn't it? And you are busy 9 to 5, right, Andrew?
Correct. Yep.
What do you do, Andrew?
Sorry.
For the class, what do you do for as consultancy? What type of consultancy you do?
Strategy and operations to the federal government.
Oh my God! So much of government things I am hearing now. Including my wife. Oh my God! All right. So Andrew also doing consultancy to federal government. My goodness. All right. So that means what is in a busy job, 9 to 5, and consultancy can mean a lot of things. And after that, he is doing all this hard work to capture in a snapshot, put the time, put the currency pair, write the swing high, swing low, and all these things he is doing for all of this. So this is only for the so what is this? This is for EuroCAD, this is for Euro Aussie, Euro US, Sterling Aussie, Aussie US, and then Sterling Swiss, Sterling US, and then yen. So yeah, eight currency. I know very few people actually do this effort. I know the Vijeta did that. Sorry Vijeta, we are only starting now. Girija did that. Before that, Ben did that, and in fact, Ben did so well. I had to actually took some of his work and put in our website, in our client portal, right, Ben? You remember?
I do remember. It was very flattering.
No, actually, yes. Actually, yes, I have taken some of the Ben's work and put it in the examples of some of the modules here. All right. So, and then the next homework which I have got from Andrew was this. So, this now we have not gone through this. Support team is going through this, and we have the trader foundation support resistance lines. Unless and until we are drawing these lines from a yearly perspective, from a quarterly perspective, from a monthly perspective, in inferior time frames, they are coming and hitting our 4-hour chart or 12-hour chart, daily chart. Unless and until we are having those lines, I always say that we are trading in a blind. We are in a blind. We are blindly trading because we do not know where is the demand. We do not know where is the supply. We do not know anything. And how do I know? You know only by doing, only by practicing, as Vijayata said. Before I hand it over, on the same note, before I hand it over to Gautam, I just wanted to show you what our asset class evaluations are telling us for last 8 years, and of course we are writing this for 8 years, and the one so recently which is happening here, as we said on this date we said that on September we said that Bitcoin is forming a base at this 200 period moving average on the weekly at around 26,000, and the price is going about 27,142. Our target is 31,827 on this date we said, and this we have been saying for last 8 years, so we don't mind saying, and it is coming 80% of the time it is coming through. So from 27,142 to 31,000, that is 4,000 points. And what happened after this end of September, Bitcoin it went up to 34,631, much surpassing our target of 31,827. Yep. So this is what we discussed last monthly class, that Bitcoin is possibly going to go up. Before that, we talked about dollar index, that it on August, I think, that it will go up. Before that, we talked about yen, that it will go up to 150, and all the three out of three went correct. And this is true for last 8 years for all the asset classes, almost 75 to 80% of the time. Whatever we are analyzing much before actually happening, like Tesla had 3 profit targets, all the profit targets were reached, and that was a humongous 6,800 points drop on 100 shares. And then Cochlear hit our second profit target, CSL hit our second profit target, Facebook hit our first profit target, and so on and so forth. So with this, you have 1 minute to ask any question, whatever we have discussed so far, before I hand it over to Gautam. Your questions. You can chat, you can ask our questions on the chat, or you can unmute your mic and talk.
Yeah, Partha, one quick question. With the pound USD cable and Euro USD, considering that last bar and coming into a 200, EMA 200, would you consider that to be all buyers out around that point?
Good question. So in this type of bar by bar analysis, we have a simple template called price without any much indicator. So you talked about which one, my dear friend, yen, euro, isn't it? We talked about euro.
Yeah, the Euro USD and also the cable as well.
Very good. And when you say about all buyers out, you must have a context in your mind. And what was that context then?
That we're coming into EMA 200, both hitting it very, very nicely. Whether you look at it as an all buyers out sort of point, or just a take profit, take partial profit point.
Very interesting. Very interesting. All right. Before I can put my 2 cents, anyone wants to take this to answer this question of Ben? Ben is asking that is this all buyers out and the 200? And then he talked about GBP as well. And the reference point he's referring to is the 200 period exponential moving average. Not yet quite there. Not yet quite there. So this is easy. I have already answered that. And then I'll. So, okay. The floor is open to for your answers, please, on this Ben's question before I put my 2 cents. Anyone? Either everyone is sleeping or having their evening coffee. Me only talking. No one is listening.
So, Papa is EMA 200 is considered as a major resistance. One could think that it possibly can do a correction there.
Sorry, Vic, you are breaking. Can you come close and talk?
Okay. So with EMA 200, it's probably is considered as a major resistance at this stage. So it can be considered as a fall bias out.
Fantastic, brilliant. Okay, anyone else? Thank you, Vic. Really appreciate it.
Sorry, Professor. Just I would like to say it's the start of the trend. It is not all buyers out, because basically the price is coming from a good base. It has formed a nice long-term base, and also it is with the what do you call this divergence. And it is a startup point, start of the trend. And if you see the line separation, it's all blue. So green, main trend is green, and 1, 2, 3. It's all stacking nicely. It's to me, yes, it may hit the 200, and it may what do you call the pullback, and it's a start of the trend to me.
Brilliant, excellent, fantastic, brilliant, very good. All right. So C was talking about this order angle separation of our proprietary indicator, which is the trend detector. And you were talking about they have started the order angle separation nicely. The 1T is above the 2T, 2T is above the 3T, 3T is above the main trend. And then the angle is 15 degree or more started. Or this is the starting point, order, angle, and separation there. From here, the separation, that is gap between the three, are increasing. So that is what Sri said. So thank you, Sri. Thank you, Vic. Very good. Both of you are actually correct, and that's what make a market. Isn't it? So that's what makes a market. All right, let me try to put my 2 cents. All right, very good, excellent. I got a chance to answer the question. Why should I not? All right. So now go to settings, and then take this out, and then go to a little bit of do a masala. That means spices. That is candlestick. And then go to this. I'd like to do this way because Vic has already said that this is 200 is a very strong, according to Paul Tudor Jones, who's a multi-billion-dollar hedge fund manager. Paul Tudor Jones, one of my gurus. And then 200, he only talks about 200. Below 200 is downtrend. Above 200 is uptrend. And then my friend C says, no, this is not observed by our side because it's only a starting point. Okay, let's see. Let's go to compare to instrument, because this type of thing, when C is saying yes, Vic is saying no, when he's asking a question. So who will answer? The answer will come from the market. Let's see what the market is saying. Oh, right, where are you? Market. So market is this one. And then we'll go to candlestick, and then we'll make this as dollar index as pink, and my favorite color also Benz, that is teal. All right, and then we'll make sure that the scale is proper. Scale is, yeah, very good. All right. So in this case, what we are doing, I'm putting my 2 cents, and these are all my dear friend. Oh my God, crazy man, crazy yearly lines, yeah, crazy yearly lines. So 2 of them are yearly lines, and these are the quarterly, and this is yearly again. And this should be support now. This should be support, isn't it? Because the price is above the above the line, so it should be support in a different color. All these are support. Yeah, and I'll just do 2 or 3. I don't spend too much time. All right. Okay. My 2 cents here is, my dear friend, I'll go with Sri. I'll go with Sri Utagi. Unfortunately, I cannot go with brick. I may be wrong, may be correct, but why my 2 cents is there is a humongous resistance here. There is not much here on the 200 on the euro. So humongous resistance here in the form of yearly resistance. Not only one, not only that, but also solid distribution. But a solid distribution happening at that point around 10,500. Am I correct? Around here, 12. Yeah. The scale is now changed to percentage. Anyway, so 10,005. What is the dollar index as of now? Dollar index is 10,473. Yeah, 10,400. If you don't believe me, see this. Dollar index is 10,473. Yeah. So what I was telling you, there is a tremendous resistance around 10,005%, 10,500, which is 10% increase. And this is okay. Before I put any answer, I'll say both dollar index and euro. That means both United States dollar and euro are actually what is the English, Marty? Reserve currency. Yeah, I sometimes forget English also. So the reserve currency. So United States also reserve currency. United States dollar and this euro is also reserve currency because that represents 23 countries. This represents the entire world. Oh my God! All right. So when the reserve currency are not meant to be moving more than 5% or 10%. So this fellow has moved 6%. This fellow has moved 10%. Enough. All right. So if you move to 10% and you have got a triple top, quadruple top, queen top at 10,000 is a tremendous rectangle and this fellow, the resistance, I would say this will go down and this fellow will go up and this is not a all buyers out. Did I answer your question, Ben?
Yes, you did. Thank you. And thanks everyone else for your feedback.
Fantastic, brilliant. That was the last question to me. I'll hand it over. Thank you so very much for your contribution, all of you, and for the new members, especially Tyron, Kim, and Jared, and all of you, and participation from everyone. Now to you, Gautam, if you want to share your screen, you can share, or if you want to just talk, you can talk. Over to Gautam. Thank you, Gautam.
Oh, yeah, thanks, Partha. Yep, I'll just talk.
Not about it.
So, yeah, thanks everyone. I just started, learning Forex probably 12 months ago with Partha. Started with, Forex, basics of Forex and, Traders Foundation and beginners and advanced. And now on the last modules of, the Forex Professional, which is 4-hour strategy. And I cannot stress again and again that, yep, it is a great boon for me to meet this guy and then probably, put me in a correct place where it has, Partha has done a commendable job of doing a spoon feeding, actually, I would say, rather that he has actually spoon fed me the Forex, the knowledge what he has acquired over the years, starting from correct mindset to the structured process and proven strategies with one-on-one sessions. That has really helped me in becoming what I have not done anything in terms of proving, but just in terms of my general exercise and homework, I'm doing good. So that is giving me a lot of confidence. So yeah, but yeah, coming back to slightly what I was before, like my background is an IT network engineer. I'm a solution architect for transport for NSW, and like before COVID, like I used to work for a lot of hours, and I was like really bored with my job, like what I was doing and all that stuff. So I was really thinking of doing something which can replace my 9 to 5 job, which was really 9 to 9 or 9 to 9 something sometimes. But yeah, and on one fine day, like probably in 2016 2017, I bumped on to Partha's seminar, which was happening in Sydney back that time. I was not interested, but one of my friends just took me with him, and I attended that seminar, which was for like 2-3 hours, and we just thought that probably we'll just go and probably see if that works for us. Otherwise we'll just go out and walk away. And luckily I just developed some interest, and had some chit chat with Partha, exchange our details, and just went away. Couple of years went by, I didn't do anything. I had a second child, and I changed states as well. I moved to Melbourne and then came back to Sydney, and then now living in Brisbane. So a lot of things happened during that time, and really around that COVID period timeline, I was like, working from home for the first time, and then, I realized that, I have a lot of time in my hand. So that's what I started of thinking that, let me develop some skills, in part-time basis where it can possibly, in the long run can, probably replace my 9 to 5 job, or, having this, sword on your head where you have to recertify your skills every 2 years, 3 years, and, just prove your point and all that stuff. So anyway, I started, my research and of doing, the like, what kind of job I would be, or what kind of business, or probably, some possible options I would be doing so far. So I was pumped into, this trading, which can be done online, can be done from anywhere. Then this Amazon FBA, then digital marketing and few other stuff, whatnot. And then we started giving me similar ads as well. So as I filled in, I went into some seminars and, some workshops and all that stuff. And I thought of, evaluating Forex as well, probably just as a starting point. And that's when I called Partha that, probably I wanted to give him some introduction and probably remind that, we have met and all that. But as soon as I called him, his first words were, "How are you, Gautam?" And I was just baffled that, how come he remembers my name, and, even he remembered, our conversation back that time, 6-7 years ago, and all that stuff. So yeah, we established that connection, and then probably, I was convinced by him that, probably I should start it, because it matches, probably, complies with my, requirement of, having some part-time, probably business setup where I can probably work from anywhere. I can do it part-time on my own, and, possibly replace in future my current 9 to 5 job. So yeah, I started giving a go, and yeah, started like, in last October. Had a couple of months of break as well due to some family emergencies, but otherwise, we are doing a smooth run at the moment, and on the verge of finishing the Forex professional, 4-hour strategies. So yeah, it's a good time with him, and I just started my 250K demo account trading as well, which is running well, with the help of, 4-hour strategy. And yeah, that's it pretty much. So thank you very much, Partha, for all your time and, efforts, and, whatever, belief you're putting on me. Before, like, probably before a year, I was like, when you were invited me to the masterclass for the first time, I thought of, probably joining just on a casual basis, and then I think 99% of the content just went above my head. I didn't understood anything. And now, just after 12 months, I think I can understood most of the talks and language and lingo, all the terminologies and everything. So I think it has given me a great boost of, confidence in myself that, yeah, I think, if you being an engineer can, probably redo everything, and, probably learn the skills, and, consistently, make profits, and, consistently improve your skills. I think, I can do it as well, which is giving me some motivation that, yeah, if everyone else can do within our team, then probably I can do that as well. And I can see myself, doing this in future. Yeah. So,
Fantastic.
thanks everyone. Yeah.
Fantastic, Gautam. That was brilliant, excellent. Thank you so very much. Really appreciate you, and really appreciate what you have. Actually, Gautam has given us a tremendous feedback, and I wanted to show you that. Oh my God, what is this now? All right, so all right, Martin, to you now, and thanks a ton, Gautam. Again, thank you so very much. It was really wonderful feedback, and
Thank you.
this is what we got from Gautam, and we really appreciate what Gautam said in his feedback. Yeah, so that you can read in our Facebook or anywhere. So this is from the Gautam's feedback, what he has given, and we really, this is the boost to our business from getting reviews from you in Google's and in Trustpilot. And another, our friend Kumar, who has just passed the $1 million audition He passed the $1 million audition. He has also given us a feedback as this one here. So thank you so very much for taking time and effort to write down the feedbacks, and especially in a detailed way like this. Because if someone, a newcomer like Andrew 3 months before, why he spoke to Ben? Because he wants to listen from a person who is doing it now, from a trader. So this kind of feedback, this type of reviews actually help us a lot, and these are the things which keeps us moving, which keeps us ticking. Of course, trading does, but this type of reviews, this type of testimonials, which you can find hundreds of them in our review section, is fantastic. From Ben, from Marisha, from Sunil, everyone from Google to Trustpilot to YouTube. It is mind blowing. It is fantastic, tremendous. All right. With this, I hope we added some values to your understanding. And then I'll be possibly requesting Marty to take it from me. Now, Marty, thank you.
I think Kumar has joined as well. Maybe we would want to listen to him, his experience of passing his audition as well. Maybe not now, but later. Yeah,
maybe later. Yeah, not a problem. Yeah, thank you. Okay, Marty.
Hi everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Very good.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just sharing my screen now. Please excuse the asthma, which is currently playing around with me at the moment.
Sorry to hear that, Marty.
This is getting a little too frequent. So I assume everyone's been keeping up to date with the markets and what's been happening around the world with the war and all this sort of business. Can we see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So one thing that's sort of coming to my attention this week is these indices. So we have the DAX here. Okay, we have the DAX. We have the NASDAQ. Oops. Okay, NASDAQ here. And we also have the S&P 500. And here. Okay, so something that's sparking some curiosity here. So we got this pretty strong green candle, which has happened this week. Okay, so a corrective wave. Here we can often get an AB plus a 5. So AB and then our 5 waves up. So it's possible this thing here could be what people do call a Christmas rally, what we might be seeing in some markets at the moment. Okay, so we'll have a 1, a 2. This can turn into a 3, a 4, and then a 5, which should take this fellow out here. Only a little bit to complete this big B wave here. Okay. So at the end of the day, it's still an A, a B, and then we might start next year with a bang, the C starting to fall away down to this area here. So this is also visible on the DAX. So we have our green 3. Okay, so our 1, 2, 3, 4. So now we're looking for the green 5 to finish. We have our black 1, black 2, black 3. It's likely this is our black 4. Looking for this little Christmas rally, which might come up here to take this guy out by a little bit. And that will complete our green 5 and our much larger blue 5 here. And at that time, all these uncertainties in the world might start making their appearance shown in these markets. So before we had Partha touching base on the euro against the dollar and the sterling, the pound against the dollar. So from an Elliott wave point of view with these two here, so a large A, and I think we're still in the midst of this large B here. Okay, so if I zoom it down a little bit more, so I'll go up first for the weekly to get a better understanding. So this is at AB here, +5 to complete this A retracement wave. Okay, so it's still a 3, 4, so a retracement can come all the way up here. But at the moment, we're A and B. Now, I'm not very convinced B is complete just yet. It's in this section here on our daily. We have a 1, a 2, and a 3 here. We can also see that we have an angle here. So this angle's pretty sharp as opposed to this angle at the moment, which isn't as strong as this angle here. Okay. So if we come down a bit further into our 4-hour time frame, if I draw a Fibonacci from this guy here, we're at 50%. If I draw a Fibonacci from a smaller cycle wave 2 here, down to our 3, I'm at a 61.8% Fibonacci level here. So we've also got a wave count here of an A, B, which is our 3 waves up, A, B, and C, to complete our A. With our B, now we're completing a last sort of retracement wave to complete a wave 4 here. Okay, so this might be just about finished. Might come up just a little bit more. And remember that 200 moving average was coming across here. That might be enough support it needs to start moving down from up here somewhere. So on the sterling, again, we have this A and B on the 4-hour time frame, with our likely C wave just about complete here. So which will mean we have a 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then we can start to see our 5th wave coming down below this fella here. If we look at the dollar index as well, it does look like a 4 here with our A, our B, and our C. So we might come up again one more time to just up here. But on this weekly time frame, this does look quite strong here. So I am wanting this to come back up into the 107.30, 107.90 area before it was strongly shorted. But at this moment in time, this is a pretty strong looking candlestick just here. Has anyone got any questions so far on Elliott Wave or something they want looked at? No? Okay. So I guess everyone's seen what's happened to gold recently. So when Partha has called the trade idea down here, we have gone up pretty strongly here. Okay, so we have our blue 3 and our blue 4. So we're still making our blue 5. So this happened when the war started around here. It first made its mention. There's been a lot of fundamental news that this could be a safe haven for people to look into, where people are starting to put their money. And if we come to silver, which is a lot like gold, another safe haven precious metal, it might be worth looking into. You might get a better price on silver. On our weekly time frame, we've had our first wave up in green. So we likely have completed our green 2, so our A, B, and our C. Well, now this is our first minor wave of our wave 3 starting here. Okay, so our blue 2, which has gone from our green 2, so now on a smaller time frame, to find more waves, we've gone to a blue 2, where we will start counting all our impulsive waves here. Okay, so a blue 3, if this labeling is correct, this could be worth your time to get onto this movement here on silver.
Marty, Gautam is asking a question on the chat room about USD JPY. If you can see the chat room.
Okay, can you share your insight on USD JPY from an Elliott wave perspective? Of course. Oops. So on the dollar yen, so Garuja's favorite.
Yes, it is.
So I believe it's quite likely this major B wave has been complete. So if I look on a weekly time frame, so we always go back to our big time frames to get a good perspective, get an understanding of what we want to see. So this is where you should get all your levels and things from. So Partha will teach you that and that Traders Foundation, as well as on these Sunday sessions that he does. So we always get our levels. So that big B I was talking about can be this large A, now large B. The C wave can be finished. So from B to C. So now we have A, B here, and the C wave up here, where we have our 1, our 2 in green, our 3 and 4 in green, and our 5th wave in green here. And as this last wave, this final wave was coming up from about this area here, all our bars are getting smaller and smaller, and you can see how the price is starting to roll around a little bit here. So we've had a first little spook in the market here. And this might be close to finished, if not finished now, where this last minor wave of a black 1, black 2, black 3, black 4, and black 5. The black 5 might be finished here. So what I'm doing is 2 and 4 here, which on the daily time frame is 2 and 4 on this minor wave. So I've drawn a trend line. Okay. So once this trend line breaks and we get Partha's rule of 4, I would be strongly thinking this market is going to go down and this B wave is definitely complete. Okay, so once this B wave is definitely complete, we break this and we can potentially come all the way at least to here, potentially all the way down here. So that's an Elliott wave perspective on that.
Thanks, Murray.
So we have oil. Well, on the weekly time frame, I had a red 1, red 2, red 3, red 4, the AB +5 pattern here. Okay. So on the daily time frame, it's our red 3, a red 4 again. So this guy here, red 3, 4, 3, 4. So that's, apologies, that's our 4. Okay, so the last time we spoke, this was an A, okay. And this guy was our B. And everyone told me because of the war, oil was going to go long. But from that point in time, our wave formations were that strong that we just continued to fall away from this B wave here. Okay, so again, an AB +5 formation here. It's one thing you really got to learn. It's very popular on currency pairs, and we do see it a lot on oil and gold as well. Not so much on your indices. But so we shorted on those videos I put out on most weeks. We went short the market here, 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 and here. So all these calls, if you'd taken any of them, would all be in profit by now, as long as you let the waves play out. What else is there?
This was fantastic on the oil, all the oil calls, especially when the war was perspective is there on the oil prices coming down. So that is the power of technical analysis, isn't it, Marty?
Oh, it is. It is. If you try to go fundamentally, there's a lot of information out there which you might miss or just gloss over, which could be important. But when the price is in front of you, it just includes all the information out there anyway. So,
absolutely.
So instead of scanning around and reading for hours and hours, if you spend a lot of time on your technical analysis, it might just come through for yourself eventually. Is there any other markets anyone has an interest in at the moment? I've done a little bit on the cryptocurrencies this morning. I'm not very convinced with my analysis just yet, but at the end of the day, I believe this is just a correction. So the correction might come up a little bit higher, to around 40,000, because I have 7 waves here. That's not an impulsive count. That's one of our corrective counts here, which leads me to suggest that this is just an A, a B, and our C wave up here. So this is for Bitcoin. So I believe Bitcoin's going to come up just a little bit more to finish this whole correction here, and might take a dive down this way here. Again, only because we have angles as well. So we have an angle pretty sharp here. This angle at the moment is not so sharp here. So we have Ethereum as well, which is a little bit clearer. So the C wave, our A, B, and C could be complete here, potentially. Maybe here as well. So I'm not very strong on the cryptos at the moment. I'm a bit dubious of them until I start seeing some better wave counts I'm just staying away from the cryptos. Yeah, I think that's about all I have on my end at this point in time. If our friend Kumar wants to let us know how he went with his audition.
Thank you so very much, Marty. Really
Insights.
appreciate. That was brilliant. What do we do? Kumar has apologized because of his maybe throat or some reason he not contributing today. That's fine. So he can contribute next time. And then what we can do, we have 6 more minutes. Yeah. So what we'll do, I'll ask the newcomers, especially Kim, Tyron, Andrew, especially the newcomers who has rejoined or freshly joined NP Financials, and probably it is their first or second monthly class, and we have spoken so much of technical, so much of fundamentals. I just want to ask them. Of course, anyone can answer. Was it overwhelming? Was it too much, or did you understand 50% of it? Did you understand 100% of it? So if I have to ask one by one, 1 or 2 minutes, I'll start with Kim, please.
Thanks, Partha.
Not a problem.
Look, I have to say that whilst very interested to hear Andrew's take on the Elliott wave, there was a bit over my head at this point in time. So obviously I don't have a background in that. Other than that, I quite enjoyed the session, found it very informative, and probably would say that apart from the Elliott wave stuff, which went possibly over my head, I'm very comfortable with the other. I have some questions for later, but no, not now. Thank you.
Thank you so very much. Really appreciate him. Tyler, would you like to add your understanding for the last 2 hours?
Yes, I agree with Kim. It's a bit, a lot of the stuff is much more advanced than what we have learned yet, because I'm still sometimes getting confused with my previous education from you 10 years ago as to what is happening now, because there are many questions in my mind that come up where we learned so many things 10 years ago, which doesn't seem to be anywhere near where you're going now. Of course, with what you're doing now, which is very, very good and encouraging. Some of these master classes are a little bit over my head, but the reason why I'm interested in listening is because if you gain at least one thing out of the class, you gain one thing you wouldn't have gained if you didn't join. So
exactly.
that is why I like to participate in every opportunity that I can get, regardless of learning 50% or 70% or 30%. At least if I learn 5% of something, then I've learned something. So thank you for inviting us. And rather than asking stupid questions, it's better to bide our time, because what I'm trying to say is that eventually, when you finish further modules, some of these questions will all fall into place.
Absolutely.
That's the approach I'm taking at the moment. Although maybe I don't understand everything at the moment, what's happening in the master class. Later on, when we talk about things, suddenly it falls into place. That's what he said done such and such a time, and whatever it is, you see. So I'm very encouraged by what I've learned so far with the new sessions from the time I just started, as opposed to what I learned so many years ago. So hopefully we'll get there very soon.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate your honest feedback. Yeah, I do remember when we started long back in 2012. We are actually doing only 4 hourly trading, and in that we started with 4 hourly trading, and that too only one asset class, that is Forex. And when we got feedback from you that probably 4 hourly is little bit getting too strict, and so you may start with daily or 2 days. We change it to daily. So we now, with Gautam and Andrew, all of them newcomers, we are starting with daily and 2 day, and then go to 12 hourly, and then go to 4 hourly. When you have rejoined now, Tyron, so you are getting some mismatch on the 4 hourly as well as on the daily. So, but as you said, it will all fall in place. Exactly, it will fall in place. And one more anecdote I want to share in 1 minute is, when people come join the first day and we start with basics of trading, they say, oh my God, it is too easy. I can do 10 classes in a day, or 3 sessions in a day. I want more, I want more. But when we go to Trader Foundation module 2, unit 2, and then I ask, how's it going? How is your practice task going? They say, no, it is too much. 30 minutes of session is leading us to 5 days of work. That is too much. That's fantastic. And Andrew, lastly, if not least, Andrew, newcomer, want to share your thought from the last 2 hours?
Yeah, I think Tyron said it pretty well. Even if you get 1 or 2 things out of this, it's pretty helpful. Going through this Elliott wave thing, I think we'll be going through that soon, Partha, and that gives me good exposure. And yeah, you can kind of get it at a high level view, but the details, I'm sure, is where all the gains are. And yeah, also just having faith. I think that over time these things will fall into place. So yeah, I think Tyron said it pretty well.
Thank you so very much. Really appreciate it, Andrew. Brilliant. Thank you. And from the ladies, Girija and Vijayata, any last suggestion and anything you want to say before we call it a day today?
No, it was all great, sir. Like, it was just like, as per the Elliott wave, it's just helping me out to even just, to understand the patterns. I always tell you, like, this is how I understand, like, whenever Marty's explaining. So this is like something good. I always just simply listen what I don't understand, because as you already know, I'm not even into the commodities or shares market right now, but it's just helping me out to share, like, to understand the market. So it's always, as Tyron said, like, we at least get like some 1% for something, right, instead of like not gaining it. So thank you so much, Tyron. It was actually great when you said that. So that's how I'm doing it. I just always simply listening. That's it. And it's always comes out like with the good.
Fantastic. Thank you so very much. I was talking about Tyron and Dr. Fred Weston in Canberra, who changed my life 12 years back, because he
Wow.
fixed my back. At that time, I was having back pain of 10 out of 10. And Fred asked me after a 3-day seminar, Partha, do you have back pain? I asked, wow, how did you know? He said me that, I saw you walking. So that was the experience level when he was 79. Now he's 84. So when I talk to these stalwarts like Dr. Fred Weston and Tyron, they have a lot of experience in life, and when they say something, it means a lot to us. Thanks for your feedback. Really appreciate all of your efforts and all of your question and answer and your participation. Thank you very much, Gautam, for speaking out, and Marty, of course. And thanks a ton. If you do not have any question, we will call it a day. And thank you for your time and effort. Thank you, and have a good evening then. Bye for now.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye, bye.
Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you,
Bye.
Partha.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.